Women with ADHD find it really difficult to keep on top of their housework, their laundry, life admin, all of these things. It can really feed into our feelings of being a terrible person, just that low self-worth, the inability to keep on top of what other people seem to find really easy jobs. The fact that, especially as women, we are the ones who are judged on the state of our houses, the cleanliness and the tidiness and the condition. And that on paper, it sounds so simple to just have a routine, keep on top of the washing, keep the kitchen tidy. And yet these things feel so impossible for us. And because we struggle a little bit with black and white thinking, it can be really easy to walk into a messy kitchen and go, that's it, it's terrible. My kitchen is never going to be clean and tidy. I can't keep on top of it. I'm a terrible housewife, and just get caught up in this big shame spiral. So I'm a 45-year-old woman with ADHD, and I've been on a mission for the last 2.5 years to sort my life out. I'm sharing what works for me in the hope that it might help you too. And a big thing for me has been trying to keep on top of my house, but also releasing the shame and the guilt and the feeling of obligation to keep a show home that has been instilled in me from quite a young age. Social media does not help with this, by the way. It can be very easy to look at other people's houses or to look at houses online and think that everybody lives in a clean and tidy show home standard house all the time. If you go and visit somebody, you've normally arranged to go and visit them so they've had time to tidy up. You're not seeing them on a normal day. And it may surprise you to know that a lot of people, probably the majority of people, do not live in show home conditions all the time. That's just what your brain is telling you. Most people have doom piles and washing up that needs doing and laundry that needs putting away. These things are normal despite what your brain and society at large might be telling you. I really want you to be able to release the shame that you feel over some areas of your house being a mess some of the time. Fuck it, even all of your house being a mess all of the time. So there's a few reasons why, as people with ADHD, we are more likely to live in a bit of chaos and a bit of clutter. So number one is obviously we do suffer from something called executive dysfunction, which just means that getting started and completing and doing simple tasks is not as easy for us as it is for other people. We struggle with task initiation anyway. We don't have that natural resource of dopamine. For people without ADHD, even the thought of doing something, the idea, the initiation of a task leads to a little flood of dopamine, which gives you the motivation to get up and do the task and often to see the task through. In ADHD, where dopamine is scarce, we don't get that. So thinking about doing an action isn't enough to trigger the motivation to do the action. So we're already starting on the back foot, having to create this motivation out of nowhere. And there are a few ways around that. We can gamify things. That works really well. So set yourself a timer, film yourself doing it, get somebody to stand with you while you do it, get on the phone to somebody, do my best cleaning when I'm on the phone. But also having the working memory and the ability to remember to do things to a routine. Routines are really difficult for us. Creating new habits and new neural pathways is really difficult for us. So it's not just as simple as going, well, every Monday I'll do the laundry and every Tuesday I'll take the bins out and every Wednesday, blah. That doesn't always work. It doesn't become natural. This is why we quite often struggle with things like self-care and teeth cleaning, because what other people find automatic and natural, as habits develop, what should happen is that they become second nature and you don't even have to think about doing them. That doesn't happen for us. We always have to think about doing everything. Nothing is a habit, everything is an action, and everything has lots and lots of steps to it. Even simple things like putting plates straight in the dishwasher. Sounds like it should be an obvious bit of habit stacking. You take your plate to the kitchen, you put your plate straight in the dishwasher. It just doesn't become a habit in my brain. Never will do. Taking the plate to the kitchen is one job. Putting the plate in the dishwasher is another job. Rinsing it in between, that's a whole nother job. Putting stuff in the bin. All these little tasks can pile up and create a big task. So I have to actively make myself go to the kitchen, stack the dishwasher. It's not just an automatic reflex. Now, the way that I hack this is I now clean my kitchen in the morning. So I am in a routine, a forced routine of getting up early and either going to the gym or going for a run or doing some yoga just doing some kind of movement, even if that's just taking the dog for a 15-minute walk. I've been in that habit for a couple of years now, and it has been one of the biggest things that has retrained my brain. So I get a rush of dopamine, of endorphins, of motivation from having exercised, and I come in and I ride that wave and I busy round and I get the kitchen clean. Every single time I do this, I have to tell myself that no matter how disastrous the kitchen looks, everything is not a disaster. This is a 5, 10, maybe 15-minute job, and it will all be done. And my kitchen can go from looking completely pristine and clean to utter fucking chaos in the space of minutes. So this is my dining table. We ate dinner at this last night, and somehow in the hours between eating dinner at the table and now, all of this clutter and stuff has appeared. Some of this is mine. Some of it's stuff that I've just popped on the table when I got back from my run. A lot of it is the rest of my family's. I don't think anybody is neurotypical in my house. I think we're all on the spectrum, although I'm the only one currently diagnosed living here. My elder son also has ADHD. But it takes seconds to create this chaos. And for some reason, our brains refuse to compute the fact that it could take seconds to clear it. And instead, we tend to look at it and go, ain't no way I'm touching that. That's too much of a big job. Abort, abort, danger, danger. So my method for dealing with this stuff, there's a few prongs to it. So number one is stacking it with exercise, because then I'm already up and motivated and have endorphins and dopamine in my system, which means I can get the tasks done. Second thing is to keep constantly telling myself that it is a small job. This is so important. It's not a massive job. It's a small job. Your brain is lying to you. And the third thing, this is really hard, to let go of that idea that your house is somehow a reflection of you. It's not. It's just stuff. It's just a house. Whether or not you can keep a clean and tidy house is no moral judgment on who you are as a person. And I know that that seems obvious, perhaps, but it's not. And I know for me, partly through upbringing, partly through social conditioning, partly through just my continual failure to keep on top of it, I really did start to internalise the idea that if I couldn't keep a clean and tidy house, I was somehow less of a person. That's not true, my love. Your worth lies in all the amazing things that you do. Your house is probably not as bad as you think it is, but also no one really cares. Maybe your mum or your mother-in-law might care. Really, they don't matter. Set a standard that you want to live by, not the standard that you think you should live by or how you think that other people live. I did set myself a goal that I would go to bed with a clean and tidy kitchen every day. That is an unrealistic goal, because by the evening I'm done, I'm wiped out, and the last thing that I'm likely to do after eating dinner is to get up and clean the kitchen. I now know that that's not going to happen. I am happy to get up in the morning and fully clean the kitchen and get everything put away, ready for the day. This works for me. It wouldn't work for my mother, and she does quite often say she doesn't know how I live like this, but it's not her house, it's my house. So find what works for you, set your own standards, release the idea that you have to live by other people's standards, retrain your brain, trick your brain into being able to do the things on your own schedule when they need doing for you. This may not work for you, I hope it does, but this is the method that I've used to keep reasonably on top of my house, but more importantly, to keep on top of my head for the last few years.